All right, 7-1, day 2. Today we're going to talk about adjacent angles. Okay. Adjacent angles. Yesterday we did vertical angles straight across from each other. This time we're going to deal with adjacent angles. All right, so adjacent starts with an A. Okay. Adjacent angles. And what we're going to think of in this section is we're going to think of another A word, apartments, okay? And I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Okay, that sounds a little weird, I know. Well, adjacent angles and apartments, well, what they have in common is that they share walls, okay? I don't know if you have ever lived in an apartment, but when you live in an apartment, when you share walls with your people who live next to you, kind of get a little mad at them because the walls are paper thin and you get mad. So we can think of adjacent angles, okay? The angle it tells us, what angle is it mad at? It's going to be mad at its neighbors, okay? So we have got, because angle 1, okay, shares a side or a common wall with angle 2, these are adjacent. They share a wall, okay? Angle 1 is mad at angle 2 for something. They're neighbors. They're mad for some reason. Well, angle 1 also has another neighbor, okay? It shares its other wall with angle 6. Well, angle 1 is also really, really mad at angle 6 as well. And they're adjacent, okay? So angle 1 is adjacent to angle 6, okay? What other angle shares a side and vertex? Well, that would be angle 6. That's where I should put it. Okay, so they share a side, they share a vertex, which is the point in the middle, and, you know, you live in an apartment, you're always going to be mad at your neighbors because angle 2 and angle 6, they're playing music at 3 o'clock in the morning, and angle 1 wants to sleep. All right, so they are adjacent angles. They share that wall. Now, what do we do with this information? All right, we always do something with the information in math. So we are going to use the adjacent angles, all right, to find missing values. Now, sometimes we have them like example 5. So I'm going to take my highlighter. And it tells me that the measure of angle, well, I have yellow paper, yellow highlighter is probably not the best. Let me try green. And it tells me that the measure of angle ABD equals 128 degrees. Well, ABD, that's my large angle, okay? That's like the outside of my apartment, and it has 2 units inside. So the measure of the whole thing is 128 degrees. And then we have 2 pieces. So let's see, 5x, and we've got 63, all right? And they share that wall. So we are going to make an equation. So we've got the 5x apartment, and we're going to add to it the 63 degrees apartment, and the entire building equals 128 degrees. All right? We've created a 2-step equation. Now let's solve it. Okay? We are going to draw a line down our equal sign, circle the term that has the variable, okay, circle of isolation, and on the same side, outside of our circle of isolation, is plus 63, so we're going to subtract 63 on both sides. Plus 63 minus 63 cancels. We bring down 5x, and that equals 65, all right? 5x indicates multiplication. To undo that, we're going to divide both sides by 5, because what you do to one side, you got to do the other. Multiply by 5, divide by 5, cancel each other out, and you're left with x equals 13. Okay? Now, this large angle, they gave us the measure, okay, which was 128 of that large outside. Well, sometimes they make an assumption that you know some information. So let's check out our next example. All right. So this example here on the back. Now this example here on the back, okay, you have your two angles, again with the yellow, no. You have your two angles and they form a straight line, all right? So in my class, if it looks like a straight line, you're gonna assume it is a straight line. And what they're also assuming is that you know the measure of a straight line, all right? And some of you might remember it, it's way back in your brain, but some of you might not, and that's okay. So straight lines measure 180 degrees, okay? It's really important to know. This is a very long unit. I'm going to be saying this for a long time. So a straight line measures 180 degrees. You will learn that, I promise. All right, so let's write our equation. All right, so we have one angle that's 15x. We've got another angle that's 15 degrees, and they form a straight line together, which is 180. Okay, so 15x, that's my one angle, plus the 15 degrees, okay, plus 15 degrees. Those are the measures inside the two angles, and these equal, they form a straight line. Straight line is 180 degrees. I have formed a two-step equation. Now let's isolate our x. All right, draw, oh, yet another new pen. How many new pens do I have? I have a lot. All right, line straight down the equal sign. You're going to circle your term with your variable, circle of isolation. Outside the circle is plus 15. Subtract 15 from both sides. Plus 15 minus 15 cancel. Bring down 15x. And 180 minus 15 is 165. 15x indicates multiplication. To undo that, you're going to divide. Okay, both sides. Those cancel, and x is 11. All right, today's assignment, your numbers are strange. You have 3, 4, 7, 8, 13, and 14 on today's assignment. The number of the problem is the least important thing on the page. For 3 and 4, what I want you to do is I simply want you to tell me the adjacent angles to the angle it asks for in the very last sentence. So for number 3, I want you to find the adjacent angle to angle 10. Okay, who's mad? Who is angle 10 mad at? Its neighbors. Okay, so tell me its neighbors. And then for number 4, you're going adjacent to angle 3. So which angles is angle 3 angry at? Okay. So tell me that. 7, 8, and those angles form straight lines. So again, set those equal to 180. And then 13, 14 at the bottom, those are not straight lines, but it does tell you what the large outside angle equals. So those are your 6 problems. All right. Good luck.